Alrighty. I think we're just waiting on a link here for this one. Yeah, so we'll have a good one tonight. It'll be the Holy Seahawks and Centra Attention, two kind of long-standing franchises in the league. Centra Attention has really been kind of, I'm not gonna go so far as to say the whole Golden Gate or the Golden State Warriors of Tag World, but they've been at the top of the league for like 3 or 4 seasons in a row now. Warriors has really kind of separated himself from the rest of the pack in terms of kind of offensive talent and success. But the Holy Seahawks have been pretty successful as well. I'm pretty sure they were in the Super Bowl not too long ago. I'm definitely not positive, but so yeah, it definitely should be a good game tonight. And the other thing too is just the way the draft worked out this year with these teams, kind of getting the cream of the crop in terms of majors experienced players. You've got Warriors and Wayne on offense for Central Attention with Frothy and Ego, all who have had majors experience. And then for the Holy Seahawks, I believe it's not Prey. I've got to check on this though. Still just pulling up the spreadsheet here. As I said before in the evening cap, if you will, we'll apologize in advance for my being away from the game for a while and not really knowing the player landscape that well. Oh yeah, and so the Holy Seahawks will have Bright, Goober, Slide, and Big Bird. It looks like, obviously depending on if any inavailabilities are today, but that is at least on paper, a really solid lineup, especially with Slide and Big Bird on defense. I know a lot of people are kind of worried Slide is washed up, so we'll have to see what ends up happening with that. Is Ichi allowed to play? Has he been banned? I don't know. Hey, I'm just waiting on the teams to load in here. I didn't realize it was so late. I'm ready to go whenever they are. Still we're waiting on Slide for the Holy Seahawks and Warriors for Center of Attention. I passed along the good word that my loyal viewers are getting restless. Alright, so this will be the second stream I do where they decide to change the order of the maps. I don't know if this was like a widely agreed upon fucking conspiracy. But either way, we are ready to go here. Might get a little bit laggy, just let me know. I'm sure you guys will in chat anyways. Quick grab here by someone. I wasn't watching Warriors. Baseball is the best sport there is, by the way. A lot of quick grabs here by Centra attention, but not much doing. Warriors will smartly wait for his partner to come. On the other end, Centra attention defense doing well to keep the flag in base as well. So we'll have a full power-up fight here. You don't see that too often. Goober will went out of tag pro, and that'll be the lone power-up to be in play here. He'll end up having a flag pro grab. Ego was waiting on the bomb, tries to push Wayne ahead, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to do anything with it. But Warriors was able to just get out by Big Bird, who gets pushed back by Goober. Again, I was talking about Goober earlier as we saw his old partner Pulpo. Definitely Goober with Bright is a really lethal pairing on offense. And just as I say that, we see the best defender with the flag probably in MLTP history, Big Bird. I feel like every time I've ever streamed him, he's done something with the flag. Now Bright will be up past Frothy. Warriors in danger of getting contained here, but Wayne has some space to work with on the handoff. Sly gonna get aggressive for that return. Still 2v2s in base, but Bright has to kind of push it because Warriors is catching up on him. Ego will grab a Juke Juice up top. And looks like we should have some holding here as Goober will be out. I don't know, man. One of the better two-way defenders. How about that? Warriors with a nice snipe through the gate. Goober will get a nice boost as well, though. Yeah, looks like we'll be double reset here. I did say my commentary won't be the best. Even worse than usual. Have an early fight for the bottom pup, and Goober will end up leaving it. They'll try to go for a 2v1 grab here, but Ego's going to be in position. Goober will still be passing, but Frothy does a nice boost to get ahead. Now Warriors will be past a few. Bright in position with the tag pro. Definitely gets confusing with the green jerseys with the tag pros, but they look really clean, so I still do like them. Big Bird a bit over aggressive there with the tag pro. Warriors might have been in position for a return, but still return for cap here for Holy Seahawks as they look to extend their lead to 2. But just as I say that, Centra for Tension bring in their first cap of the season and tie this one up at 1. Ooh, Goober makes a nice move. Wayne able to slow him down with the boost though, and Warriors will pick up the return. Have Goober picking up his Juke Juice for the Holy Seahawks, as will Slide. And Wayne ends up boosting right into the spike. Warriors makes a nice move just to avoid Big Bird, but Can't quite hold it. I'm also a little sick, which isn't necessarily helping things. Wayne will end up getting gated, so not much in the way of offense as Goober has 4 defenders to get past. Yeah, I would like to kind of extend the green color scheme to all like the gates and flag and stuff, but that would just be way too much work in between halves. It would involve like changing texture packs and shit in between every single half, which it's bad enough the way I do it with the scoreboard and stuff. Warriors has a chance to be past 4 here. Just needs the boost not to spawn, but he gets it to spawn for himself anyways, so Center of Attention will be able to take the lead here. And Warriors will end up keeping the tag pro on defense. Didn't really end up doing anything besides giving him an extra defender, but Bright ended up going on to offense anyways. Bright will boost ahead, but end up spiking himself, so Wayne has some space to work with here. Still 3 to beat though. Wayne just patiently trying to bait out of defender. He might have gotten him in slide, but all the Holy Seahawks smartly just standing by the gates, and now Wayne not really past anyone, and Bright has the juice. Now Goober will be out past a few. I didn't really see how he got blocked, but Warriors makes a nice move to get the tag and the grab. And that'll be a cap for Center of Attention. Looked like all the momentum was going in the favor of Holy Seahawks, but Warriors with a really good play there. And again, he will be boosted away. The green is starting to get pretty confusing for me. Oh, I don't see who that was, but they almost had the gate. Big Bird has to stay alive here, and he is just not able to do it for quite long enough. Warriors with a strategized delayed cap. Bright has a chance here, past 2. Warriors again doing damage with the tag pro though on base. Going forward with this team is at 17 tags. He'll be returned by Big Bird though. Now Bright past a few. He's gonna get his own return on the gate, and Eggo's gonna have to stay alive. Slide might have had the return there, but Bright still with the flag. Gonna be pushed back a little bit though. There's not really much doing in his base. Just as I say that, Big Bird's going to be reset. Warriors smartly just holding Goober back. Goober makes a nice move on Frothy and has the bomb to work with now. Still just trying to get out of space, and he makes a nice move on Frothy to do so. Now he'll be past 2. Smartly waits for Warriors to take that boost, but Goober still with some work ahead of him. Warriors going to be baited out, and his teammates are able to pick up the tag. Wayne's going to end up grabbing with the tag pro. It's when Center of Attention has the tag pros that it gets so confusing, because then they just look like they're on the Holy Seahawks. Like, I literally have no idea what that just was. I don't know like who's on which team either, so that doesn't really help me. But either way, I can tell Warriors about to come in for a cap. Just waiting to see if he can make anything happen with the boost. Gets the neutral boost to spawn, and he's gonna get a tag in base. Eggo gonna look to cause some chaos with that bomb, and it works out perfectly. Good patience there by Warriors, and good in base play by the Center of Attention defense. They take a 5-1 lead going into the close of this first half. Goober trying to do something about that though, as he is past 2. Can't quite get around Warriors though. And this Tag Pro should run out without much damage for the Holy Seahawks. Alright, looks like we're ready to go here for game 1/2. Again, you see there Warriors putting up some big numbers in that first half, in large part thanks to the Tag Pros that he got. He got 3 of them and did a lot of damage with each. So we'll see what Holy Seahawks can do to bounce back here. Again, they're gonna have to start with the power-ups. They were only outscored 10-8 on power-ups total in that first half, or actually they won in power-ups 10-8. Sorry, on that first half, and Tag Pros were even. So we'll definitely look to kind of pick up their efficiency on those power-ups, but Warriors for the time being going to be out past a few. Has the 2v2 blocks and is able to push it in for the cat. And Warriors on the board quickly for a center of attention in this second half of Emerald. Some returns in base for center of attention. Ego just barely can't make the boost, so now Bright's going to be past a few. He has the blocks, but Warriors just able to get the gate for center of attention. And so Sly going to be out for Holy Seahawks now, but it will be sniped by Wayne, so Warriors going to get another cap early here for center of attention. They quickly add on another 2, and the lead is now up to 6. Centra attention able to add another one. Sorry, I was changing something. Alright, so kind of an onslaught here for Centra attention as they will put on another one on the board. And I guess power-ups haven't really ended up mattering for Holy Seahawks as they can't really even seem to keep the flag in base. Although 4-2 power-up discrepancy isn't helping either. Warriors seems to get a tag pro every chance he can get. Wayne just holding around. Goober with a good aggressive tag here and trying to make something happen, and he does. He gets another gate in base, trying to hold this reset, but it's going to be ended up trying to do all the work himself as he was really the only defender in base for a long time there. Bright's still holding around. Warriors had a quick return for Cap, but Bright's still not in danger of being returned just yet. Now he will be picked up by Wayne. And Centra attention looking to get this reset, but Wayne's going to end up boosting into a spike. Big Bird past a couple now. Both flag carriers content to just hold around here while power-ups come up. Warriors again with another tag pro. That is his 5th on the night, I believe. Already with a pretty high tag count. And now we'll grab. Should be out past 2 here. Goober with a chance now. He is able to get around, but Wayne able to take him up on the corner there. And no harm done for Centra attention here. Still holding on to the sizable 10-1 lead. Getting a tag, bro. Wayne looking for the handoff here. Big Bird able to get aggressive with the gate. Now Frothy will just neutralize really any offensive opportunity here for Holy Seahawks for another 15 or so seconds. So we won't be able to see too much happening here. Frothy with the return the cap, and he will get it. So double-digit lead now for Centra attention as they are pretty much exerting their will on Holy Seahawks. See, not that big of a power-up lead again, but Warriors Picking up yet another power up. He's now got 8 total on the night. And looking to put on another one. Makes a nice stop move on Big Bird. Gets him to get the grab, and he'll have the pleasure of a nice extended boat. He gets the circle around. He takes the very scenic route and ends up gaining himself. So it could have been a, what was that? That would have been his 5th cap of the half, but instead he got a little too cute with it. It's only a boat if it doesn't work. Big Bird with a nice snipe, and Holy Seahawks able to get the return, or the reset here, but really nothing at all doing for them on offense so far on Emerald. Bird has to make a move here, and it won't happen, so Warriors will get another chance at this boat, and this time he brings it in for the cap. That'll be his 5th of the night. I thought that was another fine opportunity to try for and around the world, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. Alright, so closing in on a minute left here on this first game for both these teams, Season 17 and COA with a strong showing here on Emerald. We'll see what a little more defensive map like Transilio has to offer, but again, that might not bode well for the Holy Seahawks offense, which so far I was talking them up in the beginning and they really have not been able to do much at all. And Warriors will continue the onslaught here. Alright, so that'll just about do it. And you see Warriors putting up another big tag game. 6 power-ups, 17 tags on offense, and 6 captures. Should be almost ready to go here. So again, you see Warriors putting on a clinic on Emerald. He ended up with forget how many pups he had in the first game. It was, so he ended up with 10 total pups, which was it's 10 divided by 15. That is a 66 pup percentage, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Centra of Attention did end up getting outscored on power-ups overall, but obviously that does not reflect in the score. So again, we'll see what Holy Seahawks can do to bounce back here. Already given up some space for a regrab train for Central Attention, but they are able to regain the reset. And you see Epiphany there in for technically in for slide. Big Bird gets caught up there a little bit, but Epiphany's there for the return. I guess Epiphany's technically on offense though. I don't know if Goober's switching over to defense. It looks like Bright is the one switching over to defense, I think. And Bright will switch over for the power-up. Goober trying to take advantage of the power-ups coming up, but Frothy makes the read. Epiphany should have some space to work with here, though, with double pups. And they're going to have to make something happen with this if they want to kind of get some momentum coming back their way. Epiphany just patiently holding on. Frothy's going to get aggressive on this Choo-Choo's flag, and he will get the tag. Bright does well to hold Warriors in his tracks. Warriors going to trust the gate, and rightfully so. Just has to get around Goober now. And he'll have to work his way back around. Best he can do is maybe hold for pups if he can't get around Goobers. And he can't. Alright, so still nothing doing really for each team offensively. I didn't really see what the power-up situation was last time, but definitely not the same aggressive output from Warriors in the tags column as last game. He's currently 0-6. We'll grab the flag as power-ups come up and is able to get around the defense. We'll look to make something happen here with either the bomb or a boost. Gets the bump off Ego. Some will say that's planned. I guess only they'll ever know. But either way, Warriors still with the flag. Now finally return. Goober gonna look to boost past at least one here. Frothy still ahead of him. Fuck. Just realized I never changed the score on that either. Fuck. So I'm just getting a few things more set up here. Alright, so we'll have Biggerword out with the flag. Goober on anti, just has to have the angles on Warriors, and he will. So Holy Seahawks able to get on the board first here on Transilio. Warriors might be able to respond though with his Choo-Choos, but Goober maintains the angle, and the Holy Seahawks will earn the reset. So not exactly early offensive momentum for the Holy Seahawks, but they do get on the board first nonetheless, which is better than could be said for their Emerald performance. Now Bright with some good help from Big Bird and Goober to get out of base. But he has to backtrack now. Might have the bomb. Ego on the gate though, and Warriors gets under the boost. So he still has some space to work with, able to stay alive, and takes a good bomb up top. Still not necessarily past anyone, and he ends up boosting into Frothy and into the spike. But now Ego will be past. Warriors may look to play some anti here, but Bright able to roll around under him. Nonetheless though, center of attention double reset here, but Bright able to get aggressive on the return. But now Wayne still with that power up. Goober not able to take the angle, but gets Wayne off the boost, and then Smartly goes back straight to the boosts. Definitely what you want to be doing there is the defender getting aggressive back for the reset, and it pays off as Holy Seahawks tag on another one. So Seahawk or Center of Attention able to get on the board as I wasn't looking. Hope it wasn't an amazing cat. But either way, it looks like both teams will be reset here as we've got the next round of power-ups coming up. Center of Attention with a fairly hefty lead in power-ups this round. And again, not really showing in the caps department. Don't know what happened there. Was every Holy Seahawks member decided to spike themselves, so Center of Attention able to tie it back up in the last minute or so of this first Transilio half. Yeah, sorry, I should put on push to talk when I type. But it won't happen right now. Cooper waiting patiently for this return, but Warriors is able to bring the flag out, but he's going to get bumped possibly right into Bright. Is able to stay alive, and he'll end up just going for a kiss. This might be good for Center of Attention if they can get out with the flag. Ego again had that gate, but Frothy elected not to trust it.
Don't know where it would have left him anyways on the other side of the gate, but he'll end up flagging it. So Warriors can get kept flag, I guess. And that'll do it. So Centra of Attention able to pull out the tie. Alright, so just waiting on the teams to ready up here as we'll start it back at the beginning. See Frothy leading the way defensively there that last half with 15 returns on 17 tags, as well as putting up 3 minutes and 33 of prevent. But Centra of Attention, or I should say, and Centra of Attention, nearly doubling Holy Seahawks on prevent. Again, you see there for whatever reason, if the teams haven't been using them well or whatever, but per half, the team leading in pups has not won the half. Centra of Attention led the way in pups that last half and could only pull out a tie, and Holy Seahawks led both halves of Emerald in power-ups, so definitely a story of teams not necessarily using them to their advantage. Of course, excepting for Warriors Tag Pro usage on Emerald.
Three, two, one.
But this will be, hopefully, I don't know, did they keep overtime? I hope not. I think they're better off with ties, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Bright looking for the first out for this half. Can't quite get over and around Frothy though. Warriors perfectly timing that bomb, but not really doing in the way of getting around the Holy Seahawks defenders. He ended up bombing right into them. Warriors will end up grabbing the rolling bomb mid, and they'll have a Tag Pro lead to work with as well, so Holy Seahawks going to have to make something happen here, and Bright just ends up walking right into the flaccid there. Not the play they were necessarily looking for. Warriors looking to make something happen with a boost, but Bright is there for the return. So Holy Seahawks able to get reset. Goober couldn't quite just get the handoff out, and so the center of attention will maintain the reset. Wayne trying to make something miraculous happen, but Big Bird's there on the gate, so both teams should look to set up for power-ups here. And it looks like center of attention will win out 2 of them, but probably only 1 will end up mattering. Bright, for his part, though, is able to give himself some space with the rolling bomb, but again, all the center of attention there. But now Goober has a chance. He just needs the gate, but Frothy was there. Just barely got the return before Goober was all the way into the gate. Saving play there by Frothy might end up being the difference if this cap count stays where it is. Now Goober with another chance. He does have the 2v1s in base, but can't quite get around Wayne, who makes a good read. This is a good regrab train for Holy Seahawks, though, which they've needed for most of this game. Bright trying to make something happen. He is able to get past 2, but both center of attention defenders able to stay ahead now. Bright with a chance here as Epiphany has the type row in base, and this should be a cap for Holy Seahawks, who are able to tie it back up. Type row is certainly making a difference here in this half. Bright looking to get around Wayne, who doesn't hold the angle. Still holding around, waiting for his defense to come back for the reset. He ends up maybe getting saved by Epiphany, but no. She ends up just holding him into the return. Now Goober can't quite get around. Warriors might have had the cat there. Gets off the gate, but we'll hold around for power-ups here. Eggo's doing work in base, though, so this might be good for Warriors, and he will be able to just get around. I thought Big Bird had gotten a return, but he could have had the return anyways. Sorry, I thought Big Bird had gotten tagged by the tag pro. So a bit of a misplay there by Holy Seahawks. Right now with a chance, but center of attention are able to swarm the bomb. And Bright does a good job on the button to deny Warriors the out past 3 or 4. Oh, Bright trying to make something magic happen. Should be good for center of attention, and they will extend their lead now to 2 in these closing minutes of this week 1 matchup. Warriors just patiently waiting with the flag here. Going to draw one of the defenders. Bright will leave anti. Now he'll go back, as he just needs to read this bomb right to get the reset. Still not a whole lot doing for this Holy Seahawks offense, though. They've had a few decent chances due to power-ups, but nothing a whole lot going organically, as Dino would say. Warriors able to sneak out a tag pro. Big Bird able to do the same with the Juke Juice on the other end. So Holy Seahawks will get reset here, but again, not likely of getting out on offense with the tag pro. Just killing the offense for Holy Seahawks. Again, obviously a much slower pace game than we saw on Emerald, as So Holy Seahawks have been able to manage the center of attention offense a little bit better than they were, but still the offensive struggles have been kind of the story for them so far. Warriors gives up the rolling bomb in exchange for baiting the spike from Bright. Bright's going to hold the rolling bomb back on defense. Now, Goober with the chance here does a good job to avoid getting gated there. And Wayne's not... Oh, he does get the portal just in time, but Bright is there for the anti. And Holy Seahawks able to bring it back within 1. With a little over 2 minutes to go here. Still trying to make a game out of this. They had a really solid regrab train going around the 8-minute mark of this second half, but that was really their first kind of offensive spurt in a good long while. Right now trying to make it 2. Might have the top angle, but Goober... Oh, he fakes top, and this... No, Warriors is in base for center of attention, and he'll also pick up a tag pro, but he ends up spiking himself. Big Bird could try and cause some chaos here with his rolling bomb, but has to instead just try and go for this return. And he'll end up spiking himself, so Holy Seahawks not able to get the coordination down quite yet, and it'll end up being a kiss in the mid. So now center of attention with a chance here, but the tag pro will run out. And Bright makes a nice bomb. Big Bird can't quite hit the boost backwards, but both defenders are ahead for Holy Seahawks. And Big Bird is able to pick up the return. So minutes closing down here for Holy Seahawks to try and tie this one up. Someone's got to tell me if this is going to go to overtime or not, but Wayne almost had a chance to make that irrelevant. Now Goober should be past a few here. Warriors will probably play it smart and stay alive. He does get a return, but body's ahead for center of attention. 50 seconds left as Holy Seahawks trying to bring in this tying cap. Goober's smart not to kiss there. Tag Pro would really play into that reset for Holy Seahawks. It still is, as he's able to hold Bright off the block effectively. And now Frothy's going to get aggressive. Cooper makes a nice move and gets past 2. Still 1v2 though, and Wayne is there for the return. This might be the last chance here for Holy Seahawks. It might not matter as Ego is getting a lot of space. Holy Seahawks still can't get the return. Epiphany's going to try and have to make something miracle happen, but it won't happen. And that should do it as Warriors and Centra of Attention are able to hang on to that lead. Almost gets the spike in, but ends up fucking it. Really solid ending there from Holy Seahawks as they had their chances, but Centra of Attention able to hold strong. Alright, so Center of Attention able to come away with the sweep. Really dominant showing on Emerald as Holy Seahawks really struggled to not only get the reset but get any offensive momentum going and kind of you know, at least kind of show some resistance to Center of Attention's offensive dominance. And then in the second game on Transilio, a much closer battle between the two teams, but again, Centra of Attention. It really only felt close in the last minute there on Transilio, and then for much of that second half, it was really felt like Centra of Attention's game. So good games though, nonetheless, from both teams. And that'll do it for me from the streaming side. So I want to thank those of you that tuned in, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.